Hello everyone, you're watching ParsecGames, and today I'm gonna show you how to make your own Five Nights at Freddy's in Scratch. It can be a one-to-one remake, so you can use the images from the original game, or you can make your own. So you can make, I don't know, Five Nights at, I don't know, your mascot or something. So first of all, we're gonna go to the Scratch website, of course. So here we are in a new project. I don't think you'll understand this tutorial if you've never scratched or haven't used Scratch in a while, because it's not that easy to make a Fnaf game. So I'm gonna try to explain it as simply as possible, but this is not a beginner tutorial, okay? So first of all, let's call it So give your project a little name. And now I'm gonna use the original images from the original game. So if you already have a folder with your self-made images, then you can just skip to this time here. And if not, I'm gonna show you how to get the images. So to get the images and the sounds, you need to go to this website. I'm gonna link it in the description. And then what you're gonna wanna do is we're gonna recreate the first one. So you go here on sounds and textures, and it should download. It's kind of, well, not really big, but a little big. So you might need to wait a little bit, but after that, they should be ready for us to use. So what I would recommend to you is to create your own folder and you should extract the download folders. Those were in zips, so you should extract them so you can use them faster. And then I have them in the textures and the sounds folders, and then in there I sorted them a little bit. I mean, I still have these outside of the other folders, but other than that I have these in special folders. So now we have the folder. I hope you didn't spend too much time sorting the things, so we can close this tab already. And now the first thing we're gonna do is just create a new sprite, and then we're gonna call it Freddy main menu or something like that. You can give it your own name if you want to, but I'm gonna call it that. And now we're gonna import where is it? Well, it depends on how well you sorted the stuff. So I have mine here, and these are these 4 images. You can also look at the numbers, actually. If you haven't sorted them, you can just look at these numbers. They should be the same. I don't think I renamed them. So you should just be able to use this stuff. So then you just import them, and it takes a little bit, but well, not that long, but but then they're here. So now to reduce the file size, because we're gonna have a lot of problems later, because Fnaf has a lot of images and sounds, so it's not a very small game. We're gonna remove the black stuff from here using the translucent color and the filler. So this part of it actually gets cut off, so the images are smaller, and you can also do it here, because it doesn't really matter anyways, because the background, which we're gonna do now, is just black anyway, so you see, you don't really see a difference. And I'm gonna make it English for you, so you have a little bit of an easier time, you know. Okay, so now you should be able to use it a little better. Yeah, everything is in English now, good. So let's just call this one black or something like that, you know. And this one, the Freddy sprite shouldn't be in the middle like this. So first of all, we're gonna give him a position right at the beginning of the whole game. So let's try this. And the way I like to try positions, or to try out where I should place them, is to put them in a loop. And then I run this loop, and now I can just enter whatever I want, and it will immediately change it. So it's a lot, you know, well, yeah. So a little more to the right. Yeah, I think so. 50 x50 and y0 should be alright. Yeah, when I think if one looks closely, one is gonna see that there's like this is just missing, but I think it's okay. If not, we can. Oh well. Yeah, I think spare no expense. So we're gonna make that look better too. So the way we're gonna do that is to make a vector sprite first. So create a sprite and then click here on vector. Now just make like a black square. Well, it's not. It's not a square. Just like a rectangle. That's right. So just make one of those and then fill it with that thing. And now you can move it around so that also changes the intensity of how fast it goes from black to completely translucent. So let's put that here. And now we can move that around again. So you want it to be in the middle, so x has to be 0. And now you can already see there's a little bit of a shadow here, but we don't want it that high. So let's just move it around a little until you don't see any difference between the black here and the black there. So let's put it to, yeah, that looks good. So now we have that. It looks a lot better now. I'm happy that I did it. So yeah, so now we have basically the basics of the main menu, So next is the actual main menu screen, so the title of the game and stuff, the UI. So now we're just gonna do that. I don't know, I think you're gonna have it like this too, that is like weird and gray. You just need to select the translucent thing and fill those gray parts out. Wait, I still had that selected, so select the normal one and just fill out the gray ones with translucency, and then you should be alright, So that's a little big because I don't know if depending on how much you know about games and screens and computers in general, you're gonna know that this Scratch preview screen or general Scratch projects are in 4:3. Meanwhile, practically all other games are in 16 to 16:9. So the original Fnaf is actually much wider than we have here. So we need to push around the sprites a little, make them a little smaller, so everything still fits into that little screen. So I'm gonna test the size. I think 85. Yeah. So now I'm gonna put this a little higher into the corner. There, a little more over there. Wait, a little more over to the left. Okay. So now we have that. Yeah, so now we have the title of the game, Freddy. So what's missing next is of course the new game option. So here it's 448. So yeah, so you can always look at the numbers and actually just find those. So you don't even really need to sort them. But if you want to, you can do it. It helps me. You don't really need it, but it really helps me. So oops. So just do the same thing as with the title of the game, just remove the gray parts. Now once again I like to copy scripts and stuff, so it's a lot easier. So let's move it a little bit further down. Ooh, not that far. Yeah, but a little smaller, so that right now the text is almost bigger than the title, and that's not good. Okay, so now let's move it just a little bit to the left. Good, so that should be fine. It helps a lot to name the sprites in case you do something with them later, like with the sensing and then blah 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 on, and then you can really see the names of things and not just sprite 1, sprite 2 and stuff. So you should name them. It helps me a lot. I don't know about you, but helps me a lot. And we're gonna add the continue button later. We don't really need that right now. But one thing that's missing, so we start the game, but of course nothing happens. That's obvious because we haven't done anything yet. So that's what we're gonna add next. So now, one major thing about everything in Fnaf pretty much is the static. So I need to find, where is it? Do I have a folder? Oh yes I do. Okay, so now just import these. Now just import these. Not all of them, you don't really need all of them, but you can import some of them. So now we have the static, and as you can see, the static is also 16 by 9, not 4 by 3. That's why there's, now it's a little cropped, so we're gonna have to make it a little bigger now, and we just want it to be in the middle of the screen, obviously, you know. And then have it like that. Set it to like, not too, we want it to be just right, so the resolution is still quite nice. So I think 140 should be alright. Now just do next costume, and now it will always change the costume. You can add like a little weighting, maybe like 0.025 is pretty good. So then of course now we can't see anything anymore, so we're gonna have to add a ghost effect. So let's make it like 90. No, that's too much. 70. No. And also we're gonna have to do this because of later. It has to go to the front. So 50. Actually, I think, now that I think about it, I think only the Freddy should be behind the thing. So let's go like 2 back. So these 2 are exceptions. Now the Freddy is there, so now we should really not have too high. So yeah, that seems good. That seems alright. Okay, so now we have the static, the texts, and everything. The last thing that we need is for Freddy to twitch a little. So what we're gonna do there is we're gonna make a little bit of scripting. Well, it's not really a lot of scripting, but let's call this one normal. That one open mouth. That one looking to the side. And that one having been in the sun too long. Okay, so now first of all we're gonna want the normal one to be the first one that happens and the most often. So now we're gonna have it wait like and this should be random, so it really like, it's not like, it doesn't become a rhythm or anything. It should be really random. So make that around 0.5 and 0.8 or something, and then it should switch to a random between 2 and 3. So the second and third. So either it's gonna have the mouth open or it's gonna look to the side. And now of course it switches back to the normal one immediately, so we need to put in a little bit of waiting there, but not too long. Yeah, maybe a little shorter. Maybe 1 is okay. So now we're not using the 4th one yet. So what we should do is, if the third costume is being used, so that one, then if it also happens to pick a random number from, let's say 1 to 3 is 3, so a chance of 1 and 3, it's gonna also switch to the 4th, the one without skin, and if not, it's just gonna do nothing. Okay, so let's put that in there, so that now it's very unlikely, but you see, sometimes it does it, and now we should do that time a little shorter so that it doesn't become twice as long as, you know. I'm not very good at explaining, I'm sorry, but these things just come natural to me, so, you know, just follow my steps and you'll be alright. So that looks alright. I think we need a little bit more of a pause. This is not long enough. It happens too often. Yeah, I think that's good. So don't forget to save. Always save. Now we're almost done with the main menu. Now we need to add some functionality. Oh wait. Yeah, so that's something we should add because of later. All sprites should show at the beginning. All the main menu sprites at least. Okay, perfect. So now we need to add some functionality. So I don't know if I didn't record for a second, so I don't know if you saw me do this, but it's really simple. It's just so when you point at it and click on it, it just sends out this broadcast, so nothing special. So what I'd like to add is a variable called status. So at the beginning, this variable should be called menu. I've already added this here. So basically, this variable is going to tell every sprite what the status of the game is right now, and right now it's in the main menu. So then when it changes to the newspaper, the status should be changed to newspaper. You know, logic. So now what we're going to want to do is to have every sprite stop what they're doing, at least the main menu sprites, but every sprite stop what they're doing when they notice that the status is no longer main menu. So let's just do that. Menu. And we should add a little bit of a waiter there, because if you're in the game and then restart it, the status still has to be changed to menu. So they're already gonna notice it's not menu and they're gonna stop. So if we add this little like split second here, the stage is gonna have time to change the status to menu. So now let's just add this script to every part of the menu. And now we can try just click on new game and everything just stops. And now what we need to add is the newspaper which comes in. So for me the number is 539, so just look for that, import that, and at the beginning it should be hidden, of course. And then when it receives show newspaper, it should show itself, but even before you see it, it should be translucent. So then you get like a nice effect where it like you get like a nice transition, you know. So now let's try that. And also it should go to the front so that it's gonna be in front of all the other sprites. Now I click play. Oh, and we also need to add that it's in the middle. And it has to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's, well, maybe a little less big, but oh no, stupid. 125, 135. Okay, yeah. So we should keep it like that. And the animation is a little too short, so let's just make it a little longer like this. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So now let's restart the game. Click on new game. And voila. So now we have the newspaper and everything. And that's basically the main menu. So in the next episode I'm going to show you how to make the game actually start. And we're going to make the office. And then in the third episode we're going to probably make all the cameras. And then after that I'm going to look. So the AI and stuff is probably going to be one episode, because that's the biggest part of the actual game. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you wanna see the next tutorial, you should subscribe to my channel here, because then you're gonna get your notification, of course. And yeah, So thank you for watching, and until next time.